Self-compassion carries around a lot of different misconceptions. People tend to mix it up with vanity or narcissism, when in fact it's just a nicer way of saying, you know what, go easy on yourself. Self-compassion doesn't mean ignore the needs of others. It just means focus more on yourself in certain situations, because we tend to judge ourselves more harshly than we judge other people. We criticize ourselves more often, and we're likely to forgive someone else of some mistake than we are to forgive ourselves of that mistake. And most importantly, this is a phenomenon that goes unnoticed. So we tend to judge ourselves so much and not even realize it, and it's affecting our mental well-being like a silent sort of killer. So it is important to look at 3 common elements of self-compassion to help alleviate this phenomenon. So the first one is self-kindness versus self-judgment. Self-kindness means that when you fail, you should be able to be more understanding towards yourself and be more caring towards yourself once you've made a mistake. Because people tend to think that, you know what, if I'm harsh on myself, I'll never make that mistake again. When in fact, all you're doing is demotivating yourself before the next attempt and taking your mental well-being down with you. The second element is common humanity versus isolation. It's also important to understand that you're not the only person who makes mistakes. You're not the only person who's failing at anything. As humans, we are prone to a lot of errors in life, and knowing that you're not alone in this phenomenon often actually helps you come to terms with your own mistakes. If you think that, okay, wait, everyone does this, and then you accept that, okay, yeah, I made this mistake, that's automatically the first step of treating yourself better in that situation. And last of all is mindfulness versus over-identification. Mindfulness is being aware of the fact that you are upset when you fail, or you are upset when you make a mistake. It's not about ignoring it. So some people might think that, okay, I'm practicing self-compassion by pretending I didn't even fail in the first place. That actually buries your emotions further down, and it can manifest itself negatively later on. And over-identification is focusing too much on the mistake. So it's important to be mindful and strike a balance between these two, where aware that the mistake is making you sad, you've come to terms with it, but now you're going to treat yourself in an understanding way to address that mistake so it doesn't happen again. Kristen Heff is the leading expert on self-compassion who devised the aforementioned concepts. She also devised a few exercises and tips to incorporate self-compassion into your life, which can be found on her website, selfcompassion.org.